Good morning, everyone. This weather is unbelievable. 32 degrees. I think it's the 20th. I have no idea because I'm old and everything just molds together. The fact I've got the strength to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom, I thank the Lord every day. So, kind of sort of some stuff going on right now. I told you I used to race dirt bikes, motocross. So I'm getting involved with a professional racer. Dude's name is Kevin Morantz. Love everything he does, his attitude, his confidence. And I know how difficult it is to be a privateer in a sport like that, going against factory guys with hundreds of thousands of dollars backing you. Where you fly off to your event, you jump in a $400,000 motorhome, food's laid out for you, you got your protein guy, you got everything. You got your shock guy, your motor guy, everybody's there. You got 2 and 3 bikes. You don't even have to pick a wrench up. These privateers, they drive in box vans to the facility, you know, across the state. They'll go from California to New York. Very difficult to do that and then be competitive. So I found a guy, that's Kevin Morantz. He's cool. He's got a YouTube page, very good page. We enjoy watching it. So we're going to help him out, give him a little bit of a sponsorship. But my logo, I mean, that logo, I drew that logo 18 years ago at about 2:30 in the morning. This was after I had no work for about 2 to 3 weeks. The environmental company I worked for, they went under. And we had to start a new company. Put together a challenge for everybody in that existing company to come up with a name for the new company, which we did. Tank Masters was the name. And then 3 of us pooled our money. I think it was just maybe 2 of us pooled our money to buy a dump truck, an excavator, and a trailer. That's how we started. That was it. And we started from my house. My office was right by my kitchen at a roll top desk that I still have. Came from nothing. So that logo was basically drawn out of fear. I remember sitting down at the table drawing it, and I hate it. It's not fast, it's not cool, it's not, and lately it just brings back some bad memories. So now that I'm going to hook up with this gentleman, Kevin Morantz, he needs a cool logo put on him. I can't put that crap on him. I can't even tell you what that looks like to me, but I'm sure you may see it a little bit. So I'm down to 2 designs. I mean, I'm not in love with them, but it's been a process of 6 designers, which that's a whole other industry I could get into. Those people are laid back designers. So I'm down to 2. I'm going to show you 2. You guys pick them for me. Also want you to get on, check out Kevin Morantz. Pretty cool kid. We're gonna give him a bunch of money. Hopefully I'm your title sponsor, Kevin. I don't know how much money these other guys, but we here at Tank Masters, we like to be the best. So I don't want to be the second guy, so that's something we need to discuss. So I'm gonna get you 2 of the logos that I'm down to. You guys decide what would look cooler on a motorcycle, a helmet. There's things called a butt patch. May sound a little weird to you, but not in your industry. There it is. Everywhere I look is that logo. So we're updating it. Help me out on that. I'm going to also put this on some Facebook pages. And then watch him at the racetrack. Root him on. He needs inner vibes. You send the forces over to his track. Plus watch the best sport in the world. I mean, we're football wrestler guys, but there ain't nothing like motocross. Life or death every lap. And then you'll learn about something called arm pump and a lot of other things. See, I ramble. I start to ramble. Today we're doing a really boring job, but stay with me because I want you to look at the logos. We're doing an above ground tank removal with an above ground tank replacement. Yep, them. So we'll go inside. I'll show you all of our tanks, which I think I may have shown you 475 times, but we'll show them again. And we'll just start the process. Mike and Sam are on on their way in, which win is short for way in. New word I just gave you. And we'll start it. Mike, Sam, Craig, they're my three sons. If you don't know, if you're just recently joining me, I work every day with my three sons. My daughter works in the office. There's Craig. Craig, say hi to all the folks. I'm explaining to everybody about our new sponsor, which is who?
Kevin Morantz.
Kevin Morantz. And why do we like Kevin Morantz? Why do you like Kevin Morantz? Because Kevin's going to watch this.
Because he puts himself out there. He's got a good attitude.
There you go. I knew I'd put him on the spot a little bit, but he loves you, Kevin. He does. Plus, he's a good-looking dude.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. Gotta have a
great
good
jawline, you know?
What? Hole shots. Hole shotting. If you guys don't know what hole shot is, that's you line up at a gate, the metal gate drops forward, and you race to the first turn. Privateer. Smoking. Some factory dudes smoking. It's embarrassing. If I'm on a factory bike and I slam all my gears and hit it perfect, timing perfect, balance perfect, come around the turn, and then there comes number 57 on the outside, embarrassing. Shame on you. All right, that's it. Three boys coming in. We're gonna bring you along to the homeowner. Oh, it's gonna be ups and downs, and we're gonna interact with the homeowner, or he'll tell me to turn the camera off. Who knows? But we will see you out in, where are we? Highland Mills? I don't know, I could be wrong. Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy.
How are you?
How are you?
Good, Brian. Good to meet you. I record all this stuff. Do you mind?
Yeah, no, of course not. Yeah.
How are you? Were you working out?
Yeah, I work out every morning.
Oh, how old are you, Tommy?
I'm 65. Well, about to be 65.
God, doesn't everything hurt?
Oh, you got that right, man.
Oh, okay,
God,
but you're still pushing through.
I'm trying.
God bless you. God bless you,
Clears
man.
my head. I get up, gets me out of bed in the morning.
All right, all right. I got motivated a little bit. We'll see it'll die off as soon as I eat a candy bar or something. Okay, so Sam has just cut the fill and vent, sent it out through the foundation there. That one, this is actually an illegal size vent. It's 1.25 inches. On a 2-inch inlet, you're supposed to have a 2-inch outlet, obviously, so it doesn't create head pressure on the tank when the oil man's filling it. So we've removed that, and now Sam is going to cut a hole. Alright, so Mike is setting up the tank, putting blue dope on everything. This is called the duplex fitting. This holds the return and suction line copper that's flared. We'll take 2 lines. The height of this tank on the interior of it is 44 inches. He'll probably, there it is. He's already made the drop tube here with the flaring on the end. These are all fittings and flares that we make. Actually, you can show the folks, can't you? There you go. He actually flared that. We put the fittings on, he'll drop it in. Goes right to the bottom, about 2 to 3 inches off the bottom. This allows sludge to build up over a period of time, so it doesn't go into the burner. And now he'll make it's just a 1-line system, so he'll put a 3/8 plug in there. A lot of times there's 2 lines. Is a return and a suction. The suction pulls the oil, goes into the burner. Whatever the burner doesn't use, which is maybe 17% of the oil, it sends it back into the tank. Okay, all right, so I'm going to show you everything that is used on an above ground, vertical or horizontal, 330, 275 gallon tank. So this is your sight gauge. Vent combo alarm. So this is how it works. Here's your gauge. This is what you see that comes out of the top of the tank. And this detects the level. It just floats on the oil. And if you look, you can see the gauge moving. So that tells you it's half full, 3/4 full, and full. The whistle vent alarm. As the oil man's filling it, the air is coming out of it, it whistles. So when the oil level comes up and covers that hole, it stops whistling. So that's the whistle alarm. So when the oil man is filling it outside, he hears the whistle. Oil level goes up over it. The whistling stops. That lets the oil man know to pull his nozzle off. So this goes down inside and it gets tightened. So that's the vent. Off of that, we will put a 6-inch riser with a 90 degree. That gets screwed on. And then we send this outside the home. If this is going to be an outside installation, we'll just put a mushroom cap right on it right here. If it's an outside installation, we'll just put that mushroom cap on there that lets the air come out. It's screened so no critters can get inside. If this is going outside the home, we go out through the wall, we 90 up again, and then we put the mushroom cap out there. This is where the oil man is going to be hearing that whistle. So I'll just put this on here to let you know that's how it goes. This is not a correct installation right here, but that eventually goes on to that. We'll then do the same thing with the fill. But with the fill, as I've explained, you got to have this swing joint. So we'll put a riser on like that, and then we'll put a 90 on there. Now, a lot of contractors will just put another pipe and go directly out the home. That's not good because oil will settle in there. Sometimes the pitch is actually down, so some of the oil never gets in it. You got to be able to have a pitch. We use this. It's called a street 90 or a swing joint. It goes on. And if it's angled properly like that, when it heads out through the home, there you go. You can properly get your correct pitch. Once it gets outside the home, we put on a scully with cap. The pipe comes out, we'll go with another 90, and then we'll put a scully with cap headed outside. If it's just an outside installation, we'll put a 12-inch riser on this. We'll put the scully with cap directly on outside. The only regulations and code with regards to that is that this has to be at least 4 to 6 inches above the actual vent pipe. Let me take this off for you, and this. So that is basically how an outside installation would look. But this has got to be a little bit higher. It's got to be higher than that because of the fumes. And lastly, we'll put on a 2-inch plug to close it off. So that would be a setup on an outside installation. One-line system, you saw that going down to the bottom of the tank. And then there's a 3/8 plug at the bottom of this. That plug is for nothing other than draining water out of the tank. That's why when we install this, it has to have a pitch towards the drain plug for the warranty to be good. Also, if you'll come on this side, you'll see a seam. In order to inspect this tank, because it's a one-rolled piece of steel, this is the only well on this entire tank. You have to be able to visually inspect it. So the seam can't be on the back wall, otherwise you can't inspect it. So that will null and void your warranty. So there you have it. Also with us, this black pipe, you can see it's already oxidizing and rusting. Drives me crazy. One of my pet peeves. Got to be painted. We already have our legs 6" by 1.25 inch, and our flange, it's already painted. So that right there, ladies and gents, is a Tank Masters installation. Okay, so I don't do tank installs, I'm just the owner. So obviously after I did that, the boys were all listening because they like to correct daddy. What did I do wrong?
All of it. What did you do wrong?
Yeah.
All of it. So I did this part. That's correct.
We always put the fill the opposite side of
The fill is at the opposite side.
the duplex. So
Right.
the fill would go here.
Fill would go there. Why does it go there?
I always put it opposite of that.
Because?
Well, when they push the sludge, all that stuff.
Right, when the oil comes in, it splashes around. It's best to keep it further away from the suction.
And then I put the vent next to that.
Because?
Well, I put the vent next to that, and the float gauge goes to the
plug.
Right, the
plug.
float wave, right, so the float is in here and it's working.
It doesn't hit the fill when it's filling up, and it doesn't hit the drop tube.
Okay.
So it goes towards the plug right
But let me ask you a question. Could my installation actually work?
Yes.
Yes.
That's all I needed to know.
Could work.
Could it? Yeah.
Of course it can.
Well, anything will work.
No, no it won't.
Well, it lasts.
No, it won't. Not everything will work. If you put that over here facing that way, that would not work.
I could make it work.
No, you couldn't. It's
I could
gonna,
just angle it a little bit.
it ain't gonna work. It's gonna hit the end of the tank too.
No.
Give
in
up,
here it
guys.
would.
Give up.
This would work.
Maybe my installation is actually better.
No.
Maybe.
Ah.
See? Every day I deal with this. Oh, also, the drop tube is not on this side. Sammy wanted to clarify it's on that side.
Bottom plug.
Huh?
Bottom plug.
What did I
Stop
say?
being so wrong all the time.
It's
wouldn't have to
hard.
correct
It's
me.
hard. I used to be right when I was 30, but my brain is decaying now.
That is.
Okay, and we are back at it, folks. So after I've just explained everything about the install, obviously this tank had violations. It's within 5 feet of an ignitable source, a box, 500 amp box. You can see the seam is in the back. That was never able to be inspected. The vent pipe was 1.25 inches, supposed to be a 2-inch diameter, which while the oil man was filling it, it built up head pressure on the tank. So those are 3 violations right there. There's no flanges down on the bottom of the legs.
gotta go back.
Get it up.
Watch out, boys.
Hold on. Hold on, get on my leg. There you go. Oh, hold on.
Okay, now what's
Go with the. Yeah. Like a glove.
here?
Nice.
That has a swing.
Michael Dope. Event sight gauge combo.
Jamie. Great shins. Yeah, the big boys. You want to roll with the big boy?
Alright, we're gonna come watch Sammy now thread some pipe. Jim, he needs a 9.5 with that. What are you doing? An 8.5 there?
8 1/4.
8 1/4. Alright. He measured his length, he's marked the pipe, and now he's gonna cut it. You can see when he's cutting it, the oil, it just distributes out here. Once he sets that in place, now the stream of oil comes for the threading. And that cuts into the metal. And that oil comes down, it goes through a screening system, and recirculates back into the top of the machine. Redo it again just to make sure those teeth are all cleaned out properly.
Back in.
Yeah, we got to do a little rock rebuild here. You could come and look. We're going to get your final approval anyway on it. It's a good thing we do rock work. Okay, we're all set up now. We're going to transfer in. There you go. Yeah, there's that whistling I was explaining to you. As soon as that whistling stops, that lets the oil man know to turn his nozzle off. Greg's bleeding the line right now to get all the air out. You can actually see the bubbles coming out. There you go. Once you see a full stream, you'll lock it up, it'll fire. Now he's got to wait. Well, how long you got to wait?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay, so we've got the wall rebuilt. Scully with cap. Vent cap. Riser, elbow, everything's painted. That looks pretty good. And we'll go inside and look at the final product there. Okay. And here's the final product here. Everything's painted. Almost a quarter of a tank. Legs painted. Beautiful. Burner's running. That's another fine job by Tank Masters Environmental.